Developments to bring you this morning with Ebola overnight.
A 5 Eyewitness News reporter, Brandy Powell, has been basically combing through the wires overnight. What do we have, Brandy?
Well, in some new video feeds, we've actually got some visual images now of this hospital in Madrid where Ebola patients have been treated. So let's take a look at that right there. Well, there we go. And you've got some guys there in hazmat suits working. This is the hospital where 4 people now have been hospitalized. They're being watched and monitored to see if they've got Ebola. The big deal, this all started with that nurse who got Ebola. She wasn't even in West Africa. That's what people are talking about now. You don't even have to be over there to get it. She, of course, was treating a couple of different people who were from West Africa who had the virus. That woman, her husband, is being monitored. Her dog is also being monitored this morning, and that's got a lot of folks talking.
Before you get to the dog, question for you. The 4 people that are being monitored right now, what sort of contact did she have with them? Do we know that?
We don't know at this point.
Okay.
Obviously, some kind of direct contact. She's actually a nurse assistant at that hospital. So these are presumably folks that she either is friends with or perhaps worked with there and may at some point come into contact with her.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I thought this was really interesting. This is the first case we've heard of a dog maybe having Ebola. This is this nurse's dog, and what's the deal with that?
Yeah, you know, the nurse, her husband, they don't want this dog to be put down. But just late yesterday, health officials in Spain are saying this dog needs to be euthanized. There's a U.S. vet that's saying, you know what? We should actually keep this dog alive. You see the dog right there in that video. Keep the dog alive and study it, because at this point there's no documentation of dogs actually spreading Ebola. So they're thinking this could be possibly an overreaction. Keep the dog quarantined, of course, so it's not licking other people. We all know that that's what you get with dogs, the saliva and all that kind of stuff.
Concern, yeah.
Exactly. So at this point, the health officials, they do have that request to put the dog down. We'll have to see maybe what happens today, if in fact that happens.
We're almost out of time, but quickly before you go, we've got this flight that people are watching right now for a potential for somebody being, tell us about that.
We do, yeah, coming up in a half an hour. There was a woman flew from Turkey all the way to Midland, Texas overnight. That plane landed. They rushed her to the hospital, so we'll talk more about why they did that, the other passengers on the plane, and what the CDC says it's going to do this week to keep flights safer.
Okay, Brandy, thank you.